I'm my own man. I make my own rules. I might just get in trouble if I don't listen to the other rules.
Uh huh. Is this what we're going with today?
Yeah.
So what's on the agenda today? What are we going to be discussing?
I don't know.
Wow, you're a big fucking help. You you are a huge help today, sir. Hey man, I'll be up early, some good whatever. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and get started. What do you want to talk about?
Just hit the record button and let's just talk.
There's no pre-planning involved. It's just okay. Whatever comes to mind today. That's what's on the
My
agenda.
mind fucking it works, man. It works.
Well, it doesn't seem to be working now. I asked you about what to talk about, and you're like
I've
lost.
worked better under pressure, man.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, that's worked out.
Yeah. Fuck you. What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Fucking cunt.
Oh man. Well, I mean, we've already been recording for the past like minute and a half, so.
No, I figured. I know how that goes. So I guess welcome to episode 8.
Yeah. Who thought we'd be here?
Um,
Considering nobody knows us.
no, nobody does know it. I do want to give a shout out that we have a new listener now.
Oh. Do tell.
Blueberry Bleach's little
Blueberry.
brother, Matthew.
Oh boy.
He started listening to us.
Is he aware what he's getting into right now?
No, we really know what we're getting into, to be honest.
Totally
I don't
fine
think
with
we're aware of anything.
it. Totally fine with it.
Oh man. All right. So yeah. I mean, I guess we could talk about how this COVID situation. We're gonna be losing movie theaters.
Yeah, I'm. You know what? Honestly, I kind of felt like that was coming anyway. I really do. Like, once everything started opening back up, and I'm looking at everything, and the couple months of quote unquote shutdown that we had, the amount of fear and the amount of just I guess what's the word? I guess we'll just say conspiracy. Like the amount of conspiracy that went up and the
Truth is out there.
yeah. And then the misinformation and just all the bullshit that came with the package of coronavirus shutdown, quarantine, blah blah blah. There's going to be a lot of shit that's not going to make it because people are just not going to be willing to go out and be around other people. It's like a disconnection of people to people in what should be very commonplace, like movie theaters, for example. Movie theaters,
Right.
parks, zoos, like everybody is so like afraid of everybody. Like why?
Oh, I'm so sad you just said that because I was just thinking when I was talking to that last chick that I met online, and it didn't work out. We went by the zoo and we had a conversation. I was like, man, all my friends have always talked about doing zoo brew, and I've never had a chance to do zoo brew. Which, for anybody listening, if you're not around here, zoo brew is you just go to the zoo during the daytime, and it's just an excuse to do some day drinking, and you get really drunk, and you just look at the animals. You just hang out with the animals while you're drunk.
Hey,
Um,
who put my ex-wife in the cage? Get out of there, hippo!
I won't. If your ex-wife's a hippo, I guess there's more problems
Subaru's
than
fucking
just the
dope.
drinking. But anyways,
Wait, so you've never been to
um,
Subaru?
no, I've never. I don't like. I mean, I'm 30, so like I've had what 9 years to do it, almost 10 years to do it now, and I never thought about like, hey, that'd be cool. I always questioned like, oh man, that sounds stupid. I could just drink at home, which I could.
Yeah.
There's nothing against that, but I don't know. I just never thought like it would be fun to just get publicly drunk and just walk around and be like, yo, look at the monkey, dude.
Yeah, day drinking and it's out in the fucking open, like wide open. It's not
But
an enclosed zoo
now
for those who are listening.
now that we might lose it, now I'm kind of mad because I sort of want to do it.
Like, fuck, man, this would have been a great idea. Considering that we lost pretty much everything else fun to do, that now it's like, alright, so what's left? We can go to the zoo. Go to the zoo, get hammered.
I hope I hope that comes back at least one more season. We have to do that. We should do that, and we should record it.
Oh, you mean like as an episode? Like a...
We
like?
should vlog it.
Oh, man, that'd be funny. You and I
We
both
should.
have, like, one of the handy cams, and, like, we'll just
Yeah.
piece the shit together. Oh, my God.
I think if the content was off of one camera and it was a constant video, it would still be pieced together. I have a feeling it'll be all over the place, but it'd be a great video. It'd be a lot of work for you, a ton of work for you.
On two cameras, probably. Yeah, one camera, all I have to do is just put the clips together. Just literally
There's
set
gonna
them
be
down
tons of clips of us just staring at shit and not saying it.
we'd be too far gone, and we don't. I mean, we'd be more focused on the drinking than, hey, look,
Dude,
animals.
I'm telling you, technically, I mean, not that I'm a fan of it, but it is within walking distance, a long walking distance. But if I get too drunk and you get too drunk and you can't drive, I can just walk home.
I could go to my cousin's house, who literally lives 3 houses away from the entrance to the zoo.
Well, what up, Hector's cousin? Because I'm coming over too. That's a long ass walk.
Well, listen, if we get hammered at the zoo, it doesn't matter where we're going. It's gonna be a long ass walk.
Yeah, probably.
Because we have to walk all the way down the fucking road and then up onto St. Paul. Because I'm not going to cut through no grass and trees and climb hills. Fuck
I
that.
ain't going through grass and shit. Unbelievable.
I was about to say unforgivable. Yes!
We still... Alright, I'm gonna crack down on that. Hopefully I got some time this week. I do wanna do, not like a reboot, obviously, because it wasn't my content.
You a parody.
I want to do, a parody of a parody, basically.
Yeah.
But I don't think most people will remember that. But it's fine with me, because I remember it. And it still holds a special place in my heart.
You're a bitch.
It's really stupid for anybody who has never seen it. It's really stupid. But it's hilarious. It's the Unforgivable series. And if you find it on YouTube, it's probably like 6 times re-uploaded by 6 different people, but it's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It is some of the best content that I can remember on early YouTube, for sure.
I remember the first time I saw it too, because I was like, "Wow, is this dude fucking serious? Like, report this shit." And then when I would occasionally hear the camera guy like trying to hold back laughter, I'm like, "Wait, is this a fucking joke?" And then like,
go to Arby's.
give me
Give me
some waffle
curly
fries. Oh my
and
god.
a large Dr. Pepper. Well, I ain't got no money. Bitch, I didn't say you was paying. Unforgivable.
Oh my god, so fucking funny. And the thing is like, you're only gonna find like 2 or 3 like good videos, because the ones that I don't know if he had more than that, but like,
I want to say it was like 4 or 5 videos, maybe.
yeah, I think so.
Well, we gotta go out and do it in the woods.
I mean, would
Oh,
this
oh shit!
would this be
I
for
just
YouTube?
clipped my headset. Yeah, why not, dude? It
Okay.
started on YouTube. Why can't we put it on YouTube? It's not like we're getting monetized, bro. It's not like we're making any money.
No, because I didn't know if you were gonna do that like as a I didn't know if it was a YouTube thing or if you were gonna put it on like TikTok, like put.
I mean,
in
we
the
can make
TikTok
clips of it for TikTok for sure.
I heard about this app called TikTok.
Somebody out there will understand what it is.
I should do it. I
don't care.
I mean, we both can do it, but I mean,
Go to the zoo area.
I was gonna say, go to the zoo.
In the woods, where I had my my really bad date.
Where does she take you to? I mean, meet her family, or?
Well, her brother and some other people after.
I guess you didn't catch the zoo joke. Okay, all right, cool.
I caught the zoo joke. I was moving on past it.
Oh, you're trying to take the high road. Very, very new of you, Joe. You're
I
not the one to do that.
well, look, I figured during COVID you gotta try new stuff, you know.
All right. Just you.
And I said, bitch, when's your parents coming back? I want to meet them. And she said, oh, I don't know, in like a week or two. And I was like, good. And when they come back, I want them to make me some sandwiches.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say when they come back, I'm leaving you.
Unforgivable.
You got to give it like a completely different name too. You gotta give it some kind of name.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Get a dictionary.
Alonzo Larone, love that man.
Oh man,
Oh,
this whole
shit.
podcast is just gonna be referring to other YouTubers.
Right, paying
That's how you get
homage.
famous. That's how you get famous.
Right. I'm gonna have to tag them like, yo, you should check out this video. We gave you a shout out. They're gonna look at it like, okay.
Like, who the hell are you?
Like, who gives a fuck if you give me a shout out? Do you know how many thousands of other people?
Dude, we're gonna get 20 cease and desist from this episode. We're gonna get so many cease and desist. Anyways, I'm sorry, I went way off track. Going back to
Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was about to say, what do you mean off track? Didn't you say we had no schedule?
We don't have my mind is an ongoing roller coaster that just ends up going from a steel roller coaster to a wooden roller coaster. So like a sea breeze wooden roller coaster that like hurts the shit out of your back. All the
Oh,
way back
yes.
to like a metal roller coaster.
With the sudden random jolts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Things that you are questioning if they've ever been serviced ever since being built.
Oh, the jackrabbit.
Yeah. Well, God, before anybody gets a different thought, that is the name.
Oh,
of
that's
the
it. I just no, like a physical roller coaster, not like not the that.
Yeah. Yeah. Not anything on Cornhub.
Why did I not like realize that was going to be the direction we were going to take? I just threw it out there. Jackrabbit.
My brain has 3 tracks. One of them, TikTok. Second of them, dirty jokes. Third of them, all
Porn.
So yeah, it's a jumble of everything. Back to the movie theater thing though. I heard that if I'm not mistaken, AMC is supposed to be the only movie theater left that hasn't closed. But, and I could be wrong, I did see that there was a post of AMC possibly filing for bankruptcy.
Yes, I did see that. Yeah.
So if that is the only movie theater left and they're filing for bankruptcy, that's gonna be an issue.
Well, they have drive-ins, but I mean, those are so few and far between.
Yeah, I mean, I looked it up. I didn't know we actually had one around here in Greece, but
oh, there's one in Greece.
There is. The problem is, I mean, when I looked up drive-ins, that's originally what we looked up for our zoo date. We were looking up drive-ins first instead, and they were showing like really old movies that I could really care less about. Like obviously on a date, you're probably not going to pay attention to the movie anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But in case the date sucks, I want to be able to be like, oh, I haven't seen this movie. Let me pay attention. These movies were like I mean, yeah, it's during Halloween season, so like I understand, but like they had like the original Casper, and I'm like, all right, nostalgia, but after 5 minutes, I'm gonna be like, why am I watching this movie?
Yeah, okay, no, I can see that.
I mean, not to knock on anyone who likes Casper, but it's not really my cup of tea.
Especially when you have to like pay money to go out to a drive-in, you could easily just rent it.
Yeah, or just illegally watch it on the internet. Not saying I'm condoning that. I'm just saying that is an option.
All right. Well, if we can keep the community guideline strikes to a minimum today.
No, we're going all 3.
All right. Cool.
We're going out.
All in one shot. This is gonna be the last podcast. This is gonna be the last thing you see from this account. We're gonna be locked.
No, we can't be held down, bro. We just started a new one. It's not like we gotta go far to make it up. But yeah, so movie theaters. I do remember the last movie that I believe went to theaters was supposed to be Tenet, and I'm pretty sure if it was Tenet, I'm pretty sure the directors and the producers of the movie were begging people do not go to the movie theaters to see
What?
our movie. They were begging people, don't go to the movie theater, don't go watch it, wait till it comes out. It's safer.
Wow. So then I mean, well, at least I'm hoping. I'm hoping that they would have definitely weighed in the money option, like the profit that I would make off of that. I mean, because it's a pretty popular. Like I'm seeing advertisements for it everywhere. So I mean, I'm hoping they
Yeah.
weighed in the options. Like, okay, so if we do this, this is what we can expect.
Yeah. I don't know what they were gonna do on the back end. I did see another article about the new James Bond movie. By the way, I don't agree with him being James Bond. I know that's gonna be a controversial statement. He's not Pierce Brosnan, and I don't like James Bond since then. But a lot of people do like the new James Bond, the newest James Bond character. And I want to say that they were asking for like $66 million to
Hmm.
do the movie. But I've been seeing previews for it, so I'm like, what's going on here? What's going on with the state of movies here?
Wait, so I mean, if you don't mind me asking,
Oh, I mind. I mind.
too fucking bad. So who is playing Bond now?
Oh God, I have no idea.
Wait,
You're gonna make me look
are
shit
you
up.
are you wait are you talking about the same guy who's been playing it for like the past two movies?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, okay. Really,
I
you don't?
hate that guy. No, I just I don't like him, dude. I don't know what it is. It seems like it doesn't feel organic, I guess, as a Bond character. It just seems like who can we get that fits this character stereotypically.
Okay, yeah.
It doesn't feel organic. I don't know what it is. I'm just not a fan.
I don't think he's bad. I actually enjoyed him.
He might not be bad, but it maybe if they didn't call it James Bond, it might be better. If it was just some random dude that works for some random organization doing the same movie, then
It's
okay. But
well, there is a movie for that. It's Men in Black.
Mission Impossible. Oh well, I was gonna say Mission Impossible. Although those movies have been pretty garbage lately too, I still watch it because I mean I'm a sucker for Tom Cruise, man.
That's nice.
What's wrong? Whoa, hold on. Whoa, what is wrong with Tom Cruise?
There's nothing wrong with Tom Cruise.
You sure?
You assumed I was saying something wrong about Tom Cruise.
You were just like, well,
Top
yeah,
Gun.
nice.
Come on.
Nah, I do want to see that. I do want to see that.
Yeah, I do want to see that.
But whatever movie, I'd have to look this up. Maybe I should have planned ahead for the podcast. I don't know. But I did see a commercial. I was watching something. Everything I watch is on the internet, so I don't watch TV. But I did see a commercial for a movie, and it did say playing in Rochester. It said Rochester, Buffalo,
Yes, I saw
a
that.
couple of like they actually listed the areas that it was going to be playing in, and I'm like, that's really weird because I haven't ever seen a commercial like that.
Yeah, no kidding. I when I saw the commercial and it like they specifically state, oh, New York State and boom, 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 like they listed it. And I'm like, real? I've never seen that done before. It was interesting because usually they just say, opening
Come to
in
a
select
theater,
theater, yeah, select theaters or whatever. But like they specifically named the
yeah.
locations.
Even like 2 years, I think it was about 2 years ago, when the Dragon Ball Super Brawly movie came out, and that was only in select theaters. I had to specifically look up what theaters around us was actually playing the movie. It didn't specifically tell me. Like you had to go and do your research and see what movie theater was actually playing it.
Okay, okay. So actually, well, I mean, not that this is really as relevant, but they did the same thing when uh, fucking when Linkin Park was releasing their Minutes to Midnight, and they were gonna do
Yeah.
like a theater showing. They didn't just say
Right.
like go to a theater near you. They're like, okay, select theaters in these cities and these states or whatever the case is, and you had to like physically figure out if they were gonna have any viewing times. But they advertised it something similar to that, where they were like, it's not going to be everywhere. However, if you go to these select cities, you can find the theaters within them, and obviously ask for like showtimes and all that.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
I
did
don't
you
know.
know? Hold on. Speaking about the
Crazy.
AMC thing,
Yeah.
did you also see the post? I mean, I don't know the validity of it or if it's still like a thing. Considering that there's like two different like very polarizing like stories regarding it. So I did see, and I saw them both. The Chapter 11, like the bankruptcy uh, report, like I saw that. But did you also see the one about them saying for a certain amount of money, like if there's a certain like down payment, not down payment, but if there's like a certain amount that you spend, you can actually rent out these theaters for the day, or like for
Oh
a certain amount of time. Like, did you see that?
no.
Yeah, there's a couple posts on Facebook that I saw from I forgot which news
Oh, it's on
source.
Facebook. It must be true.
Yeah, right. Just like Abraham Lincoln's quote. Um, yeah, no. So there. I forgot what website it was on or what news story it was, but they were trying to offer some kind of thing where you can get like a crowd of folks to come in and actually like rent out, like I wouldn't say the whole theater, but like like one of the screens.
The theater rooms.
Yeah, yeah, you can rent out one of the full theater rooms for all your folks or whatever for a certain amount. I couldn't remember exactly how much it was, but there was something like that. So I don't know, like that. I don't know if that was like really valid or did they back out just simply because it still didn't bring in enough profit for operation. But I thought that would have been dope. I thought that would have been fucking cool. Get a shit ton of people together and be like, bruh, we got this room all to ourselves. I'd do it. Put on
Depends on how many people are gonna be in there, but
put on some Star Wars.
I mean, yeah. But I have the Disney app, so I can just do that in the comfort of my own
You could. You could.
home. I don't have to get dressed and go out to a uncomfortable seating area. Our local theaters are pretty uncomfortable.
Not okay. Well, yes, except
The
except for
ones that are
Webster.
nearby, the ones that are nearby.
Yeah, which is always the case. The nearby theaters are the ones that are completely and unreasonably uncomfortable.
I think we went out to Webster for the Dragon Ball Broly movie. Those oh my god, those seats were so comfortable. And
Yes.
there was space between people. I was like, "Oh my god, I can breathe. I'm not hugging some random dude sitting 3/4 of an inch away from me."
Yeah. Yep.
And it was only, I want to say, roughly for a nighttime matinee. I think it was only like maybe $2 more expensive. So usually, and I mean, I don't go to the movie theaters a lot, so like this doesn't really bother me as much. But I want to say normal movie tickets are like maybe roughly 10 something,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I want to say it was maybe $13 to see this movie. But I had
Worth
a
it.
recliner, and I had space,
Yeah.
and I could lay back and like lay down and watch the movie. It was so comfortable.
Yeah, with the reclining seats and all that, and even when you reclined, you still had space.
Oh yeah,
Before the you hit the seat in front of you.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Fucking amazing. And you know what? Now that we're on that too, the topic of theaters in general, the theater I actually kind of feel bad for is the Dollar Theater because they had closed for a little while and they did this whole like building wide renovation where they were
Yeah,
adding the same thing, kind of larger seats, a little bit more spacing. Like they really like the new owners who took over that place like really hammered down trying to revamp the place, and it was working. It was fantastic. Myself and Jess went there at one point after the renovations, and Like, dude, this place was amazing compared to what it was before. Like the same AMC seats where it's just really hard metal and uncomfortable, and it's just not fun. But they had full cushioned reclining seats, and then give or take 6 months later, then COVID hits. Like, imagine dropping that much money to redo, renovate an entire theater, and then like shit just closes down. Are they even like? You know what? I wonder if they're operating right now, just in general. Probably not.
They should. No, they should be, because we still have theaters open at select times and stuff. We still have theaters open.
Tinseltown.
Maybe they'll have to renovate again and put up like plastic walls, like you sit in a cubicle and you watch the movies.
Oh my god.
Maybe, maybe the theaters won't close. Maybe we'll have to like Zoom call in and we'll watch it in a party.
Oh god. The same shit you can do from home.
It's not the same thing. It's an
it's
experience.
an ex- That's what we're paying the ticket cost for. It's not for the movie. It's the
The
experience.
movie theater experience.
Oh my god.
I just want to know what's going to go on with all these movies that got pushed back. I mean, eventually, they have to come out. They have to make some kind of money back off of these movies. But I know Disney has like their idea of like the Disney Plus Premium, which I heard didn't really do so well for Mulan. I mean, that was for other reasons, like political reasons. It didn't do well, but 30 bucks a movie, I don't know. That's kind of expensive.
$30. You know what? And I was thinking about that. Um, like if they just released the movies like they would in a theater at the same cost, if not maybe a little bit more, instead of it being like, $12, $13, they're going to do about $15. If they paid for that and have it be, that when you pay that, that's a virtual ticket that it'll only play. Think of it like HBO or like Cinemax, like a service like that. But like it would,
Cinemax?
yeah, whatever you watch. So like it'll literally only play between a certain time, and if you miss it, too fucking bad. You have to pay to watch it again if you miss anything. Like there should be something like that. But for $30 for a movie, who's really gonna pay that much for a movie?
Honestly, I have a feeling, and I could be totally wrong, but I think I have a good idea for what may happen for non-Disney movies, because obviously they're gonna come up with their own thing. They don't want anyone to have their content. But I have a feeling, um, Netflix isn't doing so well. They're
Yeah.
paying out tons of money for their exclusive movies, and like I haven't watched the like Adam Sandler movies, but I heard like they're absolutely and totally utterly garbage. They're unbearable to watch, these Adam Sandler Netflix movies. I have a feeling if they're gonna shell out all this money for these really terrible movies, maybe it'd be a good idea if they got a hold of these movie companies and said, "Hey, Fast and Furious got pushed back. Would you guys like to sign a contract with us, and we'll stream your movie on Netflix, and maybe we'll do like a premium of Netflix where we
Mm,
can have people accessibly reach these movies, and you can get your plays, and we'll give you, a certain amount of money back on plays."
yeah. Right. Right. That's not bad. I guess. I
But
don't.
somebody's gonna have to do something like that, because there are a bunch of movies that got pushed back, and are they just never gonna come out? They're gonna be completely in the hole at that point.
Right. Right.
They've got to make money back somehow, and I don't. I mean, like um, the DC app is kind of done. It just didn't do well, so they're pushing a lot of their DC content onto HBO app, and I don't think they're just gonna throw their movies on HBO unless they again do like a premium side of that app just for the movies or something. But I don't think they're just gonna be like, oh well, it didn't get to come out in theaters, so here you go, you can have it for free. I doubt they're gonna give out all these movies for free.
Doubt it.
So, and I just heard that, well, apparently, Fast and Furious has at least one more movie. Like, it's confirmed they're doing at least one more movie after this one that comes out eventually. They're doing at least one more.
Mm.
So if that's the case, where are we going to show movies if we don't even have any movie theaters?
Right, right, yep, yep.
So it's, I don't know, it's something to think about. I was sort of getting excited for some movies. Marvel's been kind of disappointing with their announcements. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I think this next phase of movies are going to be terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I don't know how I feel about the next phase because it's like they're not mainstream, I guess. No, I wouldn't say mainstream, but they're not. They weren't really as popular. So
These characters, some of them I'm excited for, but nobody's ever heard of them. Like I'm excited for Moon Knight, but nobody knows who the hell that character is.
yeah,
It's like these not even C-list, they're like D-list superheroes. And they're like, "Oh yeah, this superhero had a comic or two with Spider-Man at some point. Ooh, get excited." Like I'm excited because I know the character, but
yeah,
no one's ever heard of Moon Knight. Well, maybe not nobody, but most people have never heard of Moon Knight.
right, right.
These like 8-year-old kids that are dressing up as Spider-Man, they're not gonna be like, "Mommy, I want to be Moon Knight." They're gonna be like, "Who the hell's Moon Knight?"
Well, meanwhile, unless they're cool enough, they're like, I like the way this character looks, or I like the way this character is.
Maybe.
But nobody's gonna default to
That's
say, "Let me keep my options open." They're gonna be like, "I want to be Spider Man. I want to be Iron Man.
yeah,
I want to be
it's
Batman."
exactly. And like I've been hearing a lot of like awesome announcements for these superhero movies, like the Zack Snyder, Jack Snyder, wow, the Zack Snyder Justice League cut, where he's going to be redoing his version of the movie.
Mm.
He's getting a lot of like huge names to come back and reprise old roles of these superheroes or alternate roles of these superheroes.
Mm. Okay.
Like they're getting I want to say I want to say it was for the Zack Snyder cut. They're having like every Joker except for Heath Ledger obviously showing up in the movie. Um
Really?
yeah, they're going to have just about every Batman confirmed for the movie. Spider-Man, they're bringing back the original Spider-Mans from the original movies. They're going to be doing a role in the new Spider-Man movie.
Nice.
So you're going to see like multiple versions of Spider-Man on camera at the same time. Like it's really exciting, but where are these movies going? I can't see them.
Right, right, right. Unless you're gonna pay shit ton of money for
Well,
one viewing.
for Marvel movies just because of how much time I want to put into the franchise.
Yeah.
If I gotta pay $30, I might, but I might invite people over and say, hey, we're gonna get this movie. Might as well have a bunch of us watch it. Which I think is why they're charging $30,
Yeah.
is because they want you to like have like a movie night with your friends and family and have everybody come over and sit in your living room. But
Right.
sometimes for a 2-3 hour movie, it's not that comfortable to have like 15 people watching a movie in your living room.
Right, right, right.
That's kind of why we had movie theaters.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know. Another exciting news. Have you seen that they finally came out with an app that will tell you which McDonald's ice cream machine is broken?
I read about that and I'm like, that's. I mean, how accurate is that really going to be?
Well, I mean, come on. Let's be honest. It's probably one of the biggest memes ever since memes have been a thing. No one's McDonald's ice cream machine has ever broken. It's never broken. They just don't want to clean it, or they've broken down all the parts
And don't
and they
want to put it
just
back
don't
together.
use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so much of a hassle to work, not to work the ice cream machine, but to keep up maintenance on it.
Right.
That's why people just say, "Nah, it's broken." They just don't want to deal with it.
Right. Right.
But I can only imagine if I was a McDonald's employee right now, I'd be like, "Motherfucker, they know we're lying."
Yeah. Like, yeah, I'd like to order like a frosty. Like, oh no, sorry, we can't. You can't order
Frosty, same.
frosty. That's Wendy's. Uh, can't order a milkshake. Our machine's down. Bitch, not according to this app. It's not.
Well, according to Section 23 on this app, it says this location, the ice cream machine was broke yesterday and it is now fixed. I want my Oreo McFlurry.
You mean to tell me you guys broke the machine again in less than 24 hours? Give me my fucking McFlurry.
Watch your milkshake come out either super, super, like, watery, or someone's gonna spit in that shit.
Ooh.
Yeah,
See.
I ain't ordering no milkshakes anywhere, bro. Milkshake Society is gone. We're canceling Milkshake Society.
You know what? Nope. You know what? I'm gonna go right in that bitch. Like, I want to watch you make my McFlurry. Keep your COVID ass face away from the opening of.
Come out with an app. Which McDonald's spits in your McFlurries?
No, that's when you buy that app and you pay for the premium service.
Oh, fans only. Ice cream machine maker.
Imagine if McDonald's had a fans only. Only fans. Oh.
Ronald McDonald cosplay?
Ronald McDonald cosplaying as a regular customer. And he's
it's just the dude in the makeup, but without the makeup.
But without the makeup. He looks directly at the camera and says, "I am dressed for you." Oh no! And then he's holding 2 burgers in his hands.
Oh man, that'd be cool. Cause then I would probably pay a premium if they had like the Hamburglar, but he wasn't burgling hamburgers.
Yeah, like this order says Hamburglar. You don't look like him. That's my day off.
That's where the OnlyFans comes in. I'm not going to be the Hamburglar. I'm going to be the guy behind the Hamburglar.
Oh my god. What about the Down syndrome guy? Oh wait, that's autistic. The autistic, like the big purple gumdrop looking dude.
Grimace?
Yeah.
Wow.
How do you remember his fucking name?
Bro, as a kid I went to McDonald's a lot. I'm not condoning McDonald's. I don't really like their food, to be honest with you. But, I don't know, man. As a kid, I mean, we watched those 90s commercials. You even said the same thing. Like, you had the toys and the Halloween buckets and stuff. And...
Well, I didn't have the toys, but the buckets, yeah, all day.
Oh, dude, I had the toys, man. Like, everything that came out was, like, always something I was into. And, like, I mean, technically, I am a white kid. So I was always, "Mom, take me to McDonald's right now!" And I would scream.
I want a Happy Meal!
I'd want all the toys in the line. We'd go into McDonald's, and then it'd be like Adam Sandler's Big Daddy. He'd be like, "Can someone get this kid a Happy Meal?"
Love that scene.
I'd be screaming.
With 80 packets of ketchup?
Yeah. Frankenstein, what do you want for breakfast?
Ketchup!
20 packets of ketchup. You heard the kid. I wish I could do that. That'd be a cool skill to have, dude.
Eating 20 packets of ketchup?
No, where he eats the ketchup and then he goes to like spit it, and it almost like he gets it all the way down to the concrete, and it almost touches the ground, and then he like slurps it back up. That'd be a cool skill to have.
What? Okay. All right. So follow up question to that.
Just so I can say I have that skill.
I was gonna say where would this make any use?
Nobody said your skills have to be useful.
But why?
Look.
Who wakes up one day and says, "You know what? I want my loogie to almost touch the floor, but I can still suck it back into my mouth."
The same people that wear a mask in stores and they have their nose poking out of the mask. Those people. I went, okay, so yesterday we take a trip to the res, our bi-weekly trip, and we actually were allowed to go into the res now. So Mom's got this really bad pain, and she wanted to check out the CBD, so we're like, oh, we're going to go a little bit later, which means I get a little bit more sleep, thank God. And we go, and we get there, and we're allowed to walk in, so we go in, and we're looking at all the stuff, and there's this really funny sign on the window that says, "Please wear your mask properly." And underneath it, it's got a picture of somebody with their face mask, but it's under their nose. And it says, "Wearing your mask like this is like wearing your mask like this." The other picture was a dude with a pair of jeans, but his boxers and his jeans were below his penis. And his penis was sticking out over the jeans. And it's like wearing your mask with your nose sticking out is like wearing your pants with your penis sticking out. And I was
Okay.
like, that's a funny ass sign. I wish more places had that.
I
That
mean,
is a hilarious sign.
and it makes sense. Yeah, I mean, like,
That
yeah,
not that I'm should wear masks. I'm not saying that it's helping anything. I'm not even condoning any of that. I'm just saying that these are apparently the laws and the rules and regulations that we're living by. So if you have to wear a mask, just wear the mask the way you're supposed to wear it.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that we're in a mask society and masks are helping around. I'm not condoning any of that. I'm just saying if that's how it's supposed to be done, just do it. That's all I'm saying. Just do it. It's annoying. I know you don't like the masks, but
yeah. I mean, I'm used to it now, so I'm just like, whatever. I mean, that doesn't mean I like it, but I do simply because I'm at risk because I'm a fat ass. So
yeah. Well, I mean, so am I, but
I'm a bigger fat ass.
well, I just think you've been eating, which means you're healthy. You ain't missed a
No,
meal. I don't think I missed a meal either, but
no, there's no way around that.
hmm
Looking back at our video last week, I'm like, oh god, I need to like shrink the video a little bit, maybe use some
man,
special effects.
shut up. Don't. Who cares? Who cares? Look, all right. Health wise, if you're having problems on a daily basis, you're having problems breathing or doing functional stuff. Okay, I understand. And yes, a lot of people they go for smaller size bodies or athletically fit bodies because oh, it's so sexy or whatever the case may be. But there's always somebody out there that is into you, into what you are, what you look like, your personality. Unless it's for your health concerns, man. If you're enjoying life, that is what is important. Life could be over tomorrow, man, and you're fucking worrying about eating your next stick of celery instead of just having a good time. I'm not saying go out there and fucking eat 6 garbage plates. By the way, if you don't know what those are,
You're
you're
missing out.
uncultured.
You're missing
You're
out.
uncultured.
You are missing out.
You're uncultured. You need to have one. You need to order one. Have it FedEx to your house. I don't know, but you need to get it. Um, but yeah, I mean, I get the health concerns or whatever. Yeah, everyone should be a somewhat a little bit more smarter about what they're putting in their body and how much of it they're putting into your body. Sure, but according to like these 1920s doctors scales and charts and shit, everybody in America is fucking overweight. Period.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Every single person is overweight. Period. So I mean, look, I'm proud of you for what you're doing, and you're coming a long way, and you're looking good. You're looking like you're healthier. You're looking like you're a little bit happier. But as long as you're not having any problems health wise, like breathing and shit like that, then I say you're doing good. You don't need a forklift to get you out of bed.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the motherfucking TED Talk from Joe.
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
You went off, and not only that, but you went on multiple directions. You went from health wise, you went to
Then we got health.
dating, and then you went back to health. Then you went to just talking about food, and now I'm hungry.
Yo, dude, who doesn't love food? Who doesn't love maybe you don't like certain types of food, but everybody has their weakness when it comes to food.
Oh hell yeah,
Sweets, baked goods,
cheesecake.
oh my god, cheesecake. Um, home cooked food, fast food. I mean, everything is unhealthy for you if you look at it. They sneak sugar in our fucking loaves of bread.
Yeah, I mean everything, even healthy foods, are unhealthy if
Uh
you
huh.
have too much.
Right. Everything that you do, even if you just want to eat vegetables and fruits and shit, guess what? Fruit's got fucking natural sugars in it. Yes, is it better for you than regular sugar? Sure, but you
It's
still shouldn't
sugar,
have
no
too much of
less.
it. Right. So, at to a certain extent, everything is bad for you. It just you have to have certain quantities, certain times of days. It's I don't know. If you feel happy about yourself, man, rock on. And that anyone else listening, rock on. I'm a fat motherfucker, but guess what? I know I eat good food that I like.
And you're happy with it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Am I the most attractive person? Absolutely not.
Hell yeah.
But
Oh, okay, never mind.
if that was weird as shit. Oh my god, man, I'm finding out so much. Everyone's finding out so much. Am I the most attractive person? Hell no. But if you're gonna look at me from across the room and you're gonna assume that you don't want to talk to me or you're not interested in me because I'm overweight, fuck you. You're not worth my time anyways. If you can't at least open your mouth and have a conversation with me and decide if you're attracted to me, then I don't want to deal with you. You're not worth my time. If just my physical looks is what attracts you, I don't want you. You're shallow. So,
Man,
anywho,
Joe's really making this episode
yeah,
deep
like the
throated.
Grand Canyon. You see how we went in two different ways. You see how we went two different ways.
Deep like the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, yeah. Let's stick with that one. That was the better statement out of those two.
What you didn't like the other one?
Let's move on. So, anyways, during this ride, we were also into the conversation of well, I was under the assumption you were still coming over today to do the podcast, maybe record some more videos, but mom and I were talking in the car, and you kind of came up in the conversation,
Uh oh.
and no, it was nothing bad. I was just like, you know what? I was like, I'm glad that Hector and I are friends, and things worked out the way it did, and how we sort of met and started hanging out and shit, and becoming involved with YouTube together. And I was like, you know, you and I, when we get together, it's fucking dangerous. First of all, it's dangerous. We usually don't get a lot of work done, but we got a lot of work going on in our head,
Right.
idea wise,
Right.
and we click. But I'm so glad that we're different in all the right ways. Like simple example like TikTok. You're on there watching these sad stories and like puppies doing tricks and stuff, and you're like, "Aw," and I'm like, "Yo, check out this bitch's ass, dude." Like we're covering all different spectrums. Like sometimes you want to hit certain areas in some of our videos or comedy, and I'm just like, I want to go this way with it, but like we're covering all these different spectrums
Right.
that each other is missing.
Right. I was just about to say, like, the stuff that you wouldn't normally like or watch or comment on, it's the inverse. Like, you're commenting and getting exposure. Or I mean, even if like you're not saying, "Hey, people, go to our channel," you're still making yourself known on videos that I normally wouldn't go out and be like, "Hey, guys, check it out." So like, yeah, we're literally filling the void of each other's opposite preferences.
Sandwiches.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean that works. I'm hungry, so sandwiches works. So I mean we're compensating for the non preference of those areas, and like you're right, like we click on that level, and it makes things a lot easier. So we don't have to like sit and literally have a discussion like, okay, we should try to find this and this types of video. Like we already cover them naturally.
Right.
And we blend together well. And even if we disagree on certain things or our approach are different, we can still find we can find a solution that makes sense to the both of us and that we're willing to compromise and work with because we see how well the outcome or the solution can be. And I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Wow. So that's cool. I appreciate it.
Well, the way that we got into it, like, I'm not gonna get fully into it here on the podcast, but we were kind of talking about other situations. Like, there was a big situation yesterday with the way that Gabe, the kid that I watch, the way that he's getting his knowledge from school and this whole school thing, and just people being able to communicate. Well, we were kind of talking about how um mom had mentioned that she talked to you the other day. You came over and you gave her a hug, and she was surprised because you don't just give her a hug, which she wasn't weirded out by it,
Mm.
but she was just like, "Wow, I didn't expect that." And then she said that she told you that she thought you were looking good, like you've been losing weight, you've been um something about you, like your aura that you're presenting, like you seem a little bit more like confident or like happier in your own kind of skin kind of thing.
Oh, but just my
And
presence was a lot different. Like it seemed
yeah,
okay.
yeah, like I'm not gonna get too much into details because it's not my business to talk. It was her feelings in your situation, so I won't get too far into it. But she was just like, he seemed different. He seemed happier, and we kind of brought up the whole your breakup situation, and just a lot of things that you and I have been going through, dealing with a different YouTube channel and restarting, and just a whole bunch of like aspect of everything. And we were just talking. I'm like, I'm like, every time that Hector has this idea where he's not this, or he's like not good enough for this, I just look at him and I'm like, listen, motherfucker, shut up. And like, I think sometimes you need that from me. You need me to say, you're being stupid.
Right.
Shut your mouth. You're fine. And like, vice versa, you do that with me too. Like, sometimes I'll question things and you'll give me the, I guess, better friend approach than I do you. And you're just like,
You give the
well,
tough love. You get the
yeah,
very like just
you end up telling me like, well, no, you may not be able to do this, but you know, you still do really well at this. Like, you give me the easier let down kind of look at the bright side.
it's the
And I'm just
compliment
like,
sandwich. It's the
yeah.
compliment sandwich. Like
And
yeah,
I'm
I
just
give you
like,
the good,
Hector,
bad, then good.
shut your mouth. But it like it works out because sometimes, like, I'm not saying that like what I give, what I share as a person, everybody needs, because some people just can't deal with it. But sometimes I just have the ability to be like, you know what, fuck you. I'm gonna tell you, and I don't care what you say. You're gonna listen, and sometimes it's helpful.
Yeah.
People
Oh
need to
yeah.
hear it.
Oh yeah. Absolutely, absolutely, and I appreciate the kind words, and that was a cool story to learn about. That's awesome, because like I don't know, like you know me, like I really don't pay attention to like do I seem happier? Like I try not to pay attention because I don't personally feel like I'm in that kind of like moment or I'm in that kind of phase of my life, but like for other people to notice it, like it's kind of hard to say like, oh nah, I think I don't know, you must have been misinterpreting how my how I was carrying myself or whatever the case is like because I've heard this now from quite a few other people, so like I'm not going to like refute it or I'm not going to like debate
That's
or
not true until it's Facebook official.
yeah, right. Like my last relationship. So like with that whole thing, like it's kind of like I can't sit here and deny that I've gone through some progress, and I definitely feel like I have. And I'm happy. Well, not happy, happier. I'm in a way better, happier.
Changes.
Changes. I left the toxic bitch. Now I'm seeing things a little bit clearly.
I don't know if the same people that are tuning into this have tuned into the last episode, but I've explained multiple times now that I think my brain is mentally broken.
Mentally
So
broken? When you.
I feel like I have like TikTok Tourette's. And I'm look, I'm not I'm not making fun of anybody that has Tourette's. I'm none of that. I just feel like my brain just has to spurt out random bullshit or quotes, comments, TikToks, something. My brain, it has to. So I don't mean to ruin such a good heartfelt moment
Not at
of
all.
your speaking, but
Not at all.
it just popped in my head, and I was like, I gotta sing. I gotta do it.
Totally
So
fine.
so yeah, but man, I don't know. We we covered a bunch. I don't know what else has really been going on. I haven't really been paying attention to a lot of things. I've been, I've been busy doing stuff over here, and our whole oh, let me explain to you real quick about this house situation thing. Again, I won't get into too much details, but we finally got somebody to come over and look at the place, and they're like, yeah, we'll do it. They cashed our check, and we're supposed to be getting it done, and then we find out we apparently we can't find the survey for our house. Now, I only barely understand it, so I'll explain for anybody who doesn't understand it. Like, when you buy a house, they do a survey of the land, of where everything is and what's on the land, like exact measurements of where it is from like property lines and other fences and your garage from your house and all that other shit. And apparently, when we bought this house was built in like the 1920s, 1930s maybe, and they should have done a survey. Well, they did. We bought it as a HUD home, so the city should have the survey. Well, our contractor gets a hold of us and they're like, "Well, we're having issues starting the process. They can't find your survey." So we're like, what do you mean? Like, they have it. They took it before we bought the place. Like, they have the information. So I think we're just now just gonna have to say screw it, and we're just gonna have to pay someone to come do a survey because the people that are building, well, about to tear down and build us a new garage, they already cashed the check, and they want to start the process just as much as we want them to start the process. But now the city's just kind of dicking us around, and we're like, well, screw it. We're just gonna pay some more money, and we're just gonna get this done.
That sucks. The fact that you have
It
to like
does suck.
consider shelling out more money for their mistake.
Yeah, yeah, and the crazy thing about it is, after the garage goes up, before we do any other work, like, um, mom's husband. Yes, I don't say dad. It's a weird situation. I won't explain, but her husband, um, he wants to maybe possibly do some remodeling on like the kitchen, maybe extend it, like do a back porch. Well, before we even do that, we'll have to do another survey because we'll have a new garage built, which means new building added on to the land, which means we'll have to
Right.
do another survey on top of that.
Right. Yep.
So it's stupid. It's painful. It's dumb. It is dumb. So just a lot of shit, man. A lot of shit going
Yep. Yep. And yeah, no, I don't have anything much of it, going on. I'm just still doing the same thing. Still gaming. Still. That's it. That's really all I got. Oh, um,
on.
before I forget, uh,
Don't do it.
I, I don't think I mentioned it before, but I'm filing for bankruptcy, so that's fun.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm glad to finally be able to get that process out of the way because I really don't need to keep having that situation looming
Right.
in my past here. And the sooner I get that done, I mean, granted, yeah, the marking does stay with me for a good 7 to 10 years, but just because that happens doesn't mean like I'm like stuck or in a rut. That just means I have to start from scratch all over again, which will still work out because I was originally like almost damn near excellent credit score before I even agreed to embark in that journey. Um, so if I did it then, I sure as fuck can do it again. which would be great because then that means I can start looking at, you know, going for a house. I'm not going to have any debts outside of my student loans. Like I don't have to worry about anything additional to that. So that's going to be so much more money left over in my pocket that not only can I continue to work on my student loans, but then I can start putting that towards, you know, a mortgage and actually having a house. I'm kind of over. I'm over renting. I'm over shitty ass neighbors. Now, granted, I probably still have shitty ass neighbors with a house. However, I don't have to worry about them being with a house. I got to make sure I say house. I don't have to worry about neighbors being literally on the other side of the wall of my house.
Oh, it's funny you mentioned the other side of the wall, huh?
Ah, wait, I just realized that. Trump 2020 sending you back over the wall. So like I'm looking forward to finally closing the fucking book on that.
Does that mean we'll have to stop all of our social media since you're getting sent back?
No, we can still have Zoom meetings from Mexico.
Oh man. Oh
No,
god.
I hope you know Mexicans do have internet. I mean, they're still on dial-up, but we have internet.
I mean, I was gonna say I wouldn't really call it internet. I guess they have a means to a way, but I wouldn't really say it's like real internet.
Yeah, we just sit as close as possible to the border, and we pick up whatever Wi-Fi we can get.
Over there.
Oh my god.
Does anybody in your family ever question you why I make so many Mexican jokes to you?
No, because I don't really think they know much about you making Mexican jokes.
I mean, I haven't done a lot of Mexican jokes to you in front of your family that I've met, but there has been times that I have done it around them, just not as present as I normally would. But I was just wondering if anyone's ever been like, Hector, why do you let him call you Mexican all the time?
No, the question should be, why do I let me call me Mexican all the time? No, honestly, not a single time because it they realize that like our personalities or like the variations of our personalities like they match, so it's like it's this thing that like if you don't understand why two people are the way they are with each other, it's best not to ask about it because it's just something you're never going to understand. Like when me and my sisters get together and we do this stupid shit that we do, that most people will look at us like, okay, I'm not part of the family, so I'm not involved in the dynamic of them. So I can't really say shit. I mean, granted, if they're going out murdering people and shit, that's a problem. But like, you know, they're just getting together and they're doing and saying shit that like I can't say that I can subscribe to because I'm not personally in the mix of that. So honestly, they know. Yeah. So they know that like, you know, my personality is not always like, you know, this people crowd pleaser. Like I have, you know, I do have a twisted sense of humor as well, and it can be offensive. But they also understand who I am as a person, and they know that it's not coming from a place of like, yeah, I actually mean it. I really hate you. You know, learn to use a turn signal, chinky. Like it's they know that it.
Wow.
They know.
Jesus, I thought we were hiding that side on social media. Jesus.
So like they know that it never ever comes from like a legitimate place of hatred towards anyone or anything. So no, they look at you like, yeah, no, this is his best friend. This is.
Well, I will say when you said best friend.
I mean, do you want me to take that away? I mean.
I will say when I did go to your dad's house for his birthday, which was weird, by the way, that you know, you're just like, oh yeah, by the way, it's also his birthday. Like the first time I meet your dad, you're like, yeah, it's his birthday. Hector, did you ask him? No, it's cool. You're just gonna come over. Oh, okay.
That's right.
I didn't really like it. Didn't really feel odd or weird because I don't know if that means I'm just as messed up, or maybe your family's just as messed up as me. But like I felt like um it was normal. It was okay. Like everybody was talking to me. I was talking to everyone else. We were getting into the jokes. There was some stuff going on that I could tell, like in Spanish, about me that wasn't directed to me, but it wasn't like bad stuff, and like I didn't feel like out of place. And I'm just like, all right, well, this is what it is. It's weird that I'm here at his dad's birthday, but let's have fun.
Yeah, right.
Except, ladies and gentlemen, Hector gave me one of his dad's sandwiches. I'm assuming your dad was looking into starting a restaurant, or he did start a restaurant, or is
He's
about
he
to.
well he at that time he was looking into it, but
Okay,
as far as like where that process is, I haven't honestly like I haven't asked him. But at that time, yes, he was
of
in the
course.
process of trying to work in through it. Yeah, right.
Okay, so his dad was at least thinking about or trying to plan a restaurant. Well, Hector, this smart gentleman that he is, um, he said, "Here, try my dad's sandwich." Now, mind you, it's my first time meeting his his other side of his family. Um, I bite into the sandwich, and the first thing I taste is fucking mayonnaise. And I absolutely, with every fiber in my body, cannot stand mayonnaise more than anything. It's disgusting. And I don't want to see anyone argue in the comments, or send me a DM, anything. Miracle Whip is just sugary mayonnaise, okay? They're both the same. They're both disgusting. Disgusting. So I'm trying not to be rude because I'm already crashing his birthday. So I don't want to be on top of it like, "Oh my god, is this mayonnaise?" I don't want to flip out. In my mind, my brain is blowing up. Like this is like Hiroshima going on in my mind. And I'm like, Hector,
Does this have
there's mayonnaise
mayonnaise?
in this sandwich, isn't there? And he's like, "Oh my god." He like his brain explodes, and he like it clicks. It clicks finally, and he's like, "Oh my, do you want me to get you?" And I'm like, "No, it's fine. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna tough this one out." But man, the fact that you should remember, I hate mayonnaise, man. That was the rest of the sandwich was great though. It was an awesome experience, but oh, dude, that mayonnaise. Mmm.
Ooh, that should
The
be hitting different. Point,
no,
point,
no,
point, point.
no. That should be hitting wrong. Ooh, that should be wrong.
Oh my
That's
god.
that's what happened. I was just like, "Oh my god, no!" But
So
yeah.
funny.
Besides that, it was a great time meeting the other side of your family. They were all weird and wacko like me.
As expected, right?
Yeah, which was cool, and it just, I don't know, it didn't really seem weird.
I mean,
So
honestly, they had to like you though. Like
yeah,
it wasn't a matter of like we'll feel him out and see if he matches the vibe. Like they literally had no choice, and it wasn't because of me either. It literally was not because of me. It was like literally it was all because of you. Because if they want to stay in the country, they're gonna have to like you.
I would have loaded them all up in someone's truck and be like, "Yeah, I got a job. Come on, guys, all of
Migra,
you. I'm taking all of you."
migra. Oh my god! Back into the floating fridge for you.
Cabron!
Oh my god!
I would have just pulled over and be like, "I've got pesos."
I do get paid so. Oh my god! Come on, beans and rice in the trunk.
Yeah. "I've got Goya.
Goya products,
I've got Sasson.
Malta.
Come on." Yo, Malta be putting out some good products, man. I forgot, maybe it was like the Malta pineapple soda or something. Man, I forgot.
Yes.
Oh, like See, I grew up in the hood, so I was used to like disgusting, shitty, like polar pineapple
Oh
soda.
God, yes, yes.
Which,
The
by the way, if you're drinking polar, I think pineapple's the only one that anyone should be able to stomach, because the rest of them are absolutely terrible.
yeah.
They taste less than the taste of the leftover juice in a freeze pop. Like they are shittier than just drinking that. But the polar pineapple was okay. But when I had the Malta, the pineapple, oh my god, that's the good shit. That's that good shit.
Yeah, I haven't had soda in fucking 4 months now. So like, talking about it, I was like, I remember having the pineapple, and I think the like the fruit punch one.
Yeah,
Fucking
I tried to
amazing.
buy the fruit punch one from Tops a couple months ago. I will never do that again.
Oh, that bad?
It did not. It tastes like water. Like
Ooh.
it was red water. There was no fruit punch. When I drink fruit punch, I want to feel. I want the Kool-Aid man to break into my house. I want him to bust down the door, break the wall, and punch me in my damn face. I want it to knock me out. I want to taste the fruit punch. No, this shit was like
Wait, but see, there's a problem with your logic on that though.
it's not Kool-Aid.
Right, it's
I get
not
what you're saying.
Kool Aid. I mean, if
Right,
you
but
if your
I want to
experience
taste it.
your experience should have been a Spanish person breaking in through your back window asking to mow your lawn. Like that would have been the experience that you should have had with the Goya. What what you got is
I
sugar
wanted to
water.
drink that fruit punch, and I wanted Consuela
to to come in and
to
throw a
come to my
chocolate at you.
door and knock on it and be like, I fluff pillow, and I'm like, no, 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 come back later, come back later. Oh, okay, okay. Like that's the experience I wanted. Malta gave me that experience, but the polar fruit punch, it's gonna be a no for me, dog.
The polar experience is literally your white woman on welfare in the hood. That's that experience.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was kind of thinking of the white people that think like well, mom's gonna hate me for this one, but that think ketchup is too spicy.
Okay.
Like,
Um.
that's got too much flavor.
To,
Too much. Can you
what?
water it down?
That's like unsalted boiled potatoes and chicken.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Salt is too spicy.
It's too spicy. Why is it spicy? Yeah, just like that. Just like that.
Ketchup though?
Well,
Ketchup though? Really?
maybe I'm over exaggerating a little bit, but uh, we have a special we have a special ketchup upstairs that I don't like. It's ketchup that has honey in it instead of artificial sugar.
What the
It's mixed
fuck?
with it's got a hint of honey in it to make it sweet, but it's not like artificial sweetness. Me, when I go to the store, I'm just like, yo, I got X amount of money. What the fuck is the cheapest? I don't care what it is.
Right.
It could be bargain bin blue light special just ketchup. A white bottle that just says ketchup. I don't care. But some people like they like their brand names when it comes to like condiments. To me, it all tastes exactly the fucking same. I don't give a shit. But they upstairs have honey ketchup.
That just sounds gross.
It it doesn't taste bad on certain things, but like things that you would normally put ketchup on, like French fries, to me it tastes off, and I'm just like, this tastes artificial. It's not, but it tastes more artificial than artificial ketchup.
Oh Jesus, nope. Nah, I'll pass. I'll stick
I
to my half sugar, like well, not sugar free, but it's like reduced sugar ketchup. It tastes the same. Like literally, there is no difference.
sugar-free
But
ketchup.
honey though, like I'll let a lot of things pass. Like I'll let a lot of things skate by. But
Like
honey,
your green card.
what's funny is you're assuming I have one.
That's true. That's true. I was trying to make sure that if my government agent was listening to this podcast right now, he just didn't come to your house. I'm trying to help you out.
Oh well, thanks. I'll send
Yep.
you.
Well, it's
I'll
too
send.
late for that.
I'll send you the wish you were here card from Mexico.
Wishing Yandel. Uh,
Prima!
Prima!
Jesus Christ, we're really
No, it's
Es
it's
Jesucristo.
Jesus Cristo.
Jesucristo. Fuck, man. This is why I have no friends. This is why I have no other friends.
Jesus Cristo on the cross.
What? Did you just say
Jesus
Icarus?
Cristo on the cross
Oh, Anicross.
instead of Jose Jalapeno.
Jose Jalapeno on the stick.
Jose.
So apparently his Mexican is also Jewish.
Yeah, like. Jesus. Maybe this is why we're sick. Just thinking about it. A random thought that just popped in my head. Maybe this would explain why I'm single.
Yep. For those who personally know us and say, "No, they're really great guys. He's a great guy. And the right one will pop up." You're probably changing your mind after this if you have not listened to anything else in the past.
The right one ran away screaming.
Oh my god.
She's gone.
Long gone.
So, yeah. Man, I don't know. This has been all over the place. All over the place.
I think honestly, considering that we didn't really plan anything this time, as opposed to like saying like, "Oh, I want to talk about this," we kind of just ran in and just went with it.
That's why when you asked if I had anything planned, I was like, no. Like, we wouldn't have this content. It would have been number 3 on the list.
Why do you sound like you're middle-aged with glasses?
I don't know why, but every time I imitate white people, I always like pretend that I push up a pair of glasses and I squinch my face. And
that's exactly the image I
I'm like, number 3.
Yes, the little lip, the little gum suck thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. See, this goes back to the conversation earlier. This literally goes back to our conversation. We match.
I don't know why. It just I think I picture like a really shitty, like absolutely by the books, anal retentive, like health inspector. I don't know why that comes to mind when I think of white people, but and I'm white. That's the problem.
You know what? I got honestly. I pictured in my head like that middle-aged, like really just. No. I'm thinking like an English teacher, like a middle-aged guy that just like, I don't know. Like I think it's because I had wait, what is his name, Mr. Edwards? I can't remember his name, but when I was going to Edison Tech High School,
Twilight as your teacher?
no, fucking like. The guy was clearly gay. He was like this gay guy. But the thing is, like, when he spoke, like, just the way you did it, like, I mean, not so nasally, but he did the, okay, so this is what I'm thinking. And I'm like, are you going to speak normal at any point, sir? Like, is there going to be any normal speech coming from you? But, like, I mean, the guy was incredible. Like, I mean, if he's dead, God rest his soul.
This is where you try to save face.
No, he was fantastic. It was because I was a shitty student. I was so fucking shitty. But yeah, no, like, when you do that impression, the first thing I think about is, like, gay guy with a long pronunciation of his words.
Why does it gotta be a gay guy?
Because it reminds me of my gay English teacher.
See, when I think gay guy, that's not my thought. But I don't think of the color of the skin. When I think gay guy, I'm just like, Elton John, or
Piano Man.
Well, no, see, I don't know why. Again, my brain is broken. I don't know why when people say Elton John, the first thing that comes to mind is not Piano Man. It should be
Rocket Man.
No, it's not that either. It's Crocodile Rock. I have no fucking clue
Oh.
why.
I was gonna say, like, what other songs could there be? That one.
Crocodile Rock, man. Like people say Elton John, and I'm like, yo, play Crocodile Rock. Like, don't know why.
So if you ever question if Joe has any hint of white in him, that would be it right there. That would be
I
it.
mean, I don't scream Bohemian Rhapsody 6 times a day
Oh,
in my
Jesus
daily
Christ.
life. In my
Do
house,
you do it at
I
least
don't do
once?
that. No,
Okay.
no. I honestly don't even like that song. Like, I can't be
You
white. I
did
exactly.
not.
I can't be white. There's no way.
You
I also despise Bon Jovi, so I cannot be white. Just can't happen.
can't.
I also can't be a hipster because I think the Beatles are trash. So like, I don't know, man. I'm my own breed.
It's a good thing, sir. Be an individual.
Uh, uh, I mean, my individuality usually scares off quite a bit of people. Quite a bit of people.
Yeah, you do have you can have an intimidating presence if someone actually doesn't know you.
Ooh, elaborate. What do you mean by that?
Because like if no one's paying attention to how you are interacting,
That's very hard to do.
right. So, but like you do have a presence that is kind of like you don't know what to expect of this person until you like interact with them. But even with that, on the flip side of that, it's kind of like.
Are you trying to say I have like a resting bitch face?
So what I'm trying to say is when.
Wow. All right.
No,
Never heard that one before.
no, you do. Believe it or not, like when you're not doing anything, when there is no interaction, and like you're kind of just like you're kind of doing your thing, you don't have an expression on your face. So whatever is on, like,
Oh,
just
so like, what's her face from Twilight? The one who just doesn't
Kristen
like
Stewart.
express any emotion. Yeah, her.
Yeah, yeah. So it's very similar. Aside from the fact that your tits probably look better than hers. So
I don't know about that.
did you see the brick wall on her? Oh my god! I'm just kidding. I love Kristen Stewart. But yeah, like
It's like a carpenter's dream, flat as a board.
yes, I would.
Oh.
You know what? So no, like I said, so, so no, like you do have like this look on your face, that like that neutral look, but the neutral look can come off as being like on edge or like bitchy. No, not bitchy, because bitchy is like you're looking for a reason to complain, but like just
Let me speak to your manager.
yes, but like no, you do have a presence that's kind of like, is that guy friendly or 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 do I need to like
Now that you say that, it does make me think that like, I guess if somebody else, if a fly on the wall seen our first, I guess, real interaction at like karaoke, you would not picture you and I being as close friends as we are, because we are totally like presence wise or personality wise, we look two totally complete opposite people.
that? Yeah, very true. Very
Like
true.
when we went to Best Buy and everyone asked, "Sir, can I help you?" And they kept bugging me, and I felt like I was a black person for a day, and they thought I was gonna steal because I had baggy clothes on, and they did not bother the Mexican I brought with me to Best Buy, and they were treating him as if he was the white man.
No, you're right.
Very confused.
You're right, and he's totally right. We were looking at various things for our YouTube channel, our older YouTube channel, and it was like it didn't matter what it was, what we looked at. It could have been the simple cheapo earbuds. Like we stood next to anything, they were going to him. Like there, it was almost like they were. I mean, because they talk to each other, you know, with their little radios, and it's
Talkies and stuff.
yeah. I mean, it was almost like they were literally saying, "You see these two? We're not worried about the big fat Mexican. He can't run fast. But we're going to worry about this guy. We're going to worry about this one. Because...
Even to the point when they realized that you had an item to purchase, they stopped us from going up to the front to cash out, and they cash us out by the washers and dryers and refrigerators, where they don't usually use that register.
Right.
They stopped us there and almost made us cash out right there, than going up to the door where we would normally go.
Yeah, because they wanted...
That was very weird.
They wanted to make sure, because believe it or not, I don't know if you've ever seen it. I'm pretty sure you have. You're pretty observant. That like when you make certain purchases, or well, actually no, I think it's any purchase at this point. But when you make purchases, as you're walking away, they're calling it to the front. They're saying, I got so and so.
Oh, I definitely heard them call it in that we purchased something and we have a receipt.
Oh yeah. So
I definitely realized that.
So they know who to look out for. Honestly, I don't think they do that with everyone. I seriously think they do that with specific looking people.
Look suspicious.
Yeah. So I mean, like, because every time I've gone to there,
suspicious when I walked in the door to them.
Yeah, right, exactly. Now, see, it's become such a regular thing with Best Buy that when I go in and I buy something, I know, or not that I know, but because it's happened so many times, by default, when I buy anything, regardless of what register I do it at, I walk by, and when I'm coming up to the front door, I'm literally already raising the receipt like, hey, I just bought this. Here's the bag, and I bought this over there. They don't even have to say like, hey, make sure you got the stuff in the bag. Like they don't ask about it. I just do it automatically.
That's the white person in you coming out.
Is that the white person?
Like, hey, would you like to check my receipt? I've got it right here.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty Caucasian of me. Okay, I guess that makes sense now. I guess I can't say nothing about that now.
Well, what I will say is I did used to do that at Walmart. Now I guess they don't really care. They used to have people like checking random, they quote unquote say random receipts, but
check the black ones.
I would definitely notice that they would be checking random people, and because I'm so used to people, I don't know how this is going to come off not racist, but I guess I've come accustomed to where people treat me as if I was a black man. And I guess it's because of like my personality, the way I carry myself. I wear really baggy clothes. I guess I walk with
with a swagger.
Like a swagger. Okay, thank you. See, I didn't want to say it and sound like I was like having a god complex or something, but just the way I carry myself, I guess, and people would take that as like, oh, he's from the hood, or he's ghetto.
Right. They think it's urban. They think it's an urban thing.
There we go. A better word. Thank you. I like the help. I really I do. I'm trying to tiptoe around this without going there. But I would notice that, and one time I went into Walmart, there's this really nice black guy that's always there on Dewey Ave. I'm sure you've seen him. He's an older gentleman. He wears glasses, and he's always by the door. And I went to
yes.
I went to go present my receipt, and he was like, "Nah, you're good, man. Have a good day." And I was like, "Oh shit." So so now when I go to the store, he doesn't even bother to ask for my receipt. But I was just assuming they would want to check my receipt, because most places would be like, okay, you're good. Like if I go to Webster, like an all white proper area, I'm usually the one that's always asked, "Can I check your receipt?" And I'm like, "What the fuck is this? I'm white just like they are. Why did you stop me?"
Right. It's all the presentation. It's all the stereotype of the presentation.
I guess I get it, though. But yeah, back to my original statement. Seeing you and I, you would not think that we would have connected the way we did and became friends. Like, you might have been like just somebody, like a karaoke friend or something. Like, oh yeah. I know that dude.
Right.
That was not the case. Now I just can't get rid of you.
Right. I am the herpes to your life.
Well, I mean,
here we go.
I'm going to use that reference, but
here we go.
that's not where this conversation was going. I mean, I guess in your mind, but
that's where my mind always goes. I mean, not to herpes, but not to herpes.
Look, you said it, not me.
Listen, sir. I don't need your shit.
I will say that is one thing that I do miss, and I
herpes?
missed it even before. No. Even before COVID, I went to what I would say is was my favorite karaoke place. Um, Hector was not a big fan of this karaoke place because his excuse, and I'm gonna say excuse. That's the word I'm choosing. His excuse was the acoustics and the system didn't match up or project things properly, which I thought Hector sounded fine at this karaoke place. I really liked this place because I loved the atmosphere and I loved the more urban crowd. When I would go in, I would like do a little Wayne song or um, a Drake song, and I would have all of these random black people that I never knew that were looking at me funny all night long. They would start screaming and cheering and joining in with my performance, and I've even multiple times have had random black women coming up and twerking on me on the dance floor in the middle of a performance. So I really miss my
Revolution.
crowd of people. Yes, Revolution Karaoke. But I went there probably a couple of months. I'd say probably like maybe 2 months before like COVID even happened. Maybe it was even back during December ish. I went there and the rules and regulations were just they changed that place to like it's more of an upscale kind of I guess more still like a college scene, but more of an upscale like professional kind of look, and
Mm.
it wasn't my place anymore. Like you can't walk in with a hat on. You couldn't have like your clothes could not be excessively baggy. You couldn't have like a jersey on. You couldn't have like a plain well, maybe a plain t-shirt was fine. I know some places don't want you to wear plain t-shirts. You got to wear like dressier kind of clothes. But
Really?
I went in there. They didn't serve pitchers of beer anymore, which was my go-to because I mean it was cheap and I could drink a pitcher. Like I could just sit on a couple of pitchers and I'd be good for the night. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, everything was bottles of beer or mixed drinks. It just I don't know. It was not the same feeling. It wasn't. It was more of like there was more tables and it was more of a sitting at your location doing karaoke. It wasn't like a stage presence kind of thing going on.
Yeah. Right. Right. That
I
sucks.
really I really miss that. I miss going in and like on Friday nights they'd ask me to DJ and I would DJ and then do some performances in between and like I missed it. Like to me it felt like I was doing a concert
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
this feeling wasn't that feeling anymore. It was more like an old person's like retirement home karaoke kind of
You're
feeling.
hosting a bingo hall event.
Yeah. And I don't know, like it just didn't seem the same. It wasn't my spot anymore.
Yeah.
I missed it.
Yeah. There's. I mean, there's a couple spots I used to frequent as well that kind of went through the same thing. That it just had changes or just the atmosphere kind of just died out. And I mean, I didn't mind Revolution. I really didn't. It just wasn't my my first place of choice. And not only that, but the times that they had, which well back when Michael Neal was doing it for Tuesdays and Thursdays, um, like I just it just wasn't for me. However, I mean I had fun doing it. Don't get me wrong, because the crowds were always different. It was outside of my norm, and it was great to connect with, like you said, like there'd be folks who are more urban or yeah they're more urban.
My people.
Yeah, your people, your class of people.
Yeah.
Like I could, because I'm used to going in and getting the suburban white folks who are like all rock heads or they're like old biker folks that they prefer like nothing but more of like the harder rock stuff and
What
like
is this music I'm listening to up there?
and then and then I go to Revolution and then it's like it's those the hip hop heads and the R&B heads who are like they're used to going in to this spot and then hearing that style because that's the spot. That is the spot for you to go and have fun, do some karaoke, and listen to those types of music, those types of songs. But then I come in and then I start doing my shit and like they were still so open and accepting of it, because of the fact that, like, when I performed, when I did karaoke, like, I went out, like, I did the whole 9 yards, but like, it was such a great experience there. So, like, I can't even knock Revolution, because it's not like, quote unquote go to. Like, I can't say I had ever a bad experience going to Revolution ever.
The only time I could say I ever had close to a bad experience, it turned into a great experience. But there was this one guy. He was messing with God, I forgot who was working. This is how frequent I went there. Um, Not only did I sometimes DJ, and I wasn't even employed there, but not only did I sometimes DJ and also go behind the bar, um, not being on the books, I would still do this stuff. They One time there was this older owner that used to work there, and he knew I was coming in like 6, 7 days a week sometimes, and he knew I would stay till close. There was this one crowd of people that kept messing around with the two bartenders. They were both females, and they were tiny, tiny females. I think one of them might have been Nikki. I can't remember. Maybe her and someone else. But they were both really small women. And he came up to me and he said, "Hey, do you mind staying till close tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm gonna be here to close anyways." And he was like, "Okay, good," because that night was a busy night and they didn't have security that night. And he asked me to stay to the end and made sure everybody got out and like be his security for the night, basically. Because they were worried because some of the people were getting too close to the bar. One of them tried to go behind the bar, so he like asked me to kind of enforce the rules in the place for the regular customers that were coming in. So that night was a little bad, but at the end of the night, he stayed open an extra hour just for me and the couple of people that were with me, and he gave us all free shots on the bar, and we had like an hour extra long of partying.
Nice, nice.
So like it almost was a really bad night, but then it turned into like a really good night. And
Nice.
he's like I forgot. I want to say he might have been Korean. I want to say he was Korean, but he's like free shots for everybody. Or, I don't know why that sounded like a really bad Mario, but
Free shots for everybody.
free shots for everybody.
Oh my
It's
god.
me. I'm Korean.
It's a me, a Caucasian.
But yeah, that was a pretty good night.
Pasty white.
I miss the atmosphere of like nobody, not nobody, but most people didn't really take it seriously. Like there was still some serious kind of non-talked about rules of like don't jump in on other people's songs unless you
Right.
ask permission. But like a lot of the places I've gone to with you, I kind of have felt a little left out because it's so like it seems like more professional. Like people take it seriously and like look at my skills. I should be on American Idol, and I'm just like, I just want to get drunk and I want to sing some Afro Man and talk about because I got high. Like I just want to have a good time. Where like some of the places I've been to with you, they're like super serious. And if I do a rap song, like the whole fucking place is quiet when I'm done. And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
and that's what I'm
like,
talking about. Like they're all like they're just not into the rap, and if they are, it has to be like
I
fucking
can't believe this motherfucker. What is this garbage he's performing?
right. If there's any rap music that has to happen, it has to be fucking like Vanilla Ice. Anything outside of that is not accepted. So like,
Vanilla Ice.
but yeah, no, I agree, and that's what I'm talking about. Is like the one thing that I will definitely agree with is that the experience that you could have gotten with the old Revolution is just that. It's more open, it's more accepting and welcoming, and people. I mean, even if they're listening to you do shit that they wouldn't ever listen to, i.e., when I would do my rock songs, they still show you like props if you do it well. Like like
They were
it's
still
open.
respectful about it. They
Yeah,
would still clap at the end, even if they hated you or the song. They were still, for the most part, they were still respectful.
right.
But
Unlike
it was
some of
never,
the
it
other
was never
bars.
like rules. There was never any rules to the place though. It was just like everybody's seen everyone else doing it, So respectfully, they would just clap. Like I've never heard anybody say, "Hey, make sure you clap after." Like
Right.
they were respectful no matter what. I also I like your buddy Mike. I do. I like him as a DJ.
Mm.
My only problem is I don't like his setup. I don't because I guess I was spoiled starting at Revolution. I like the big screen TVs. I like being able to walk around and perform the song.
Mm.
Whereas his setup, you're just basically standing in one little area looking at a little screen, but it's not even the real song. It's like some kids bop version of some random person singing the song. Like when I was at Revolution, I was like interacting with a music video in front of me, like the actual music video on a big screen TV.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, I guess just because every song that I've ever done, for the most part, like I've always learned it, just because that's just how I am, because of the fact that like I have some kind of history and actually like performance and stuff, and like I that thing I will always take it serious, even if it's karaoke. I will still always take it serious. However, with Mike and stuff, like I always stepped away. I didn't stay on stage, but because of the fact that like the again it may not be like his fault as far as the setup, because it also really depends on the
It's probably copyright stuff.
well, no, but I'm saying in reference to being able to see the lyrics on like a bigger screen or like on another screen. Like Revolution was fucking fantastic because they allowed you to broadcast, or they allowed the DJ to broadcast the lyrics all throughout the bar. Except maybe at the bar itself, but like yeah, the other screens you can see the lyrics. However, not every place is set up to be able to do that. And
Yeah, because they're
then
not karaoke places.
right,
They're just
exactly.
like a bar, and they have a back corner that nobody uses. And oh, hey, you can set up a table back here
Right, and
and do some karaoke.
there's no extra screens available. And if there are any extra screens, there's no way for you to run enough cable to be able to do that. And not only that, but they want to keep those TVs open for sports and all this other bullshit. So I mean, I agree and disagree to an extent, but I totally get what you're talking about. Because I would always learn this as long as I knew all the lyrics and all that. Like I'd walk off. I'd walk off and just do whatever wherever, depending on the song. But yeah, I would say I liked Revolution for that reason. Is that if there's any inkling of a thought of I may not remember all the lyrics, it doesn't fucking matter because you can be at any point in the bar and you'll still be able to kind of take a quick glance at the screen.
That's what I love. It wasn't like most of the songs I did. I kept the words off, like the actual singers. I would keep the words off and have it be me, but I liked to sometimes I would like walk around the entire bar and I
Yes.
would go up to the bartenders and I would put the microphone in their face and have them be a part of the show. And
Yes.
when
Include
I
the
go up
crowd.
to like yeah, including the crowd, like I was actually performing on a stage, I would
Yep.
just like jump into the crowd and put the micro if I seen somebody singing the song along with me and they knew the words, I would maybe take a breather and then while I'm taking a breather, I would put the microphone in their group's face, and they would start singing for me,
Yes.
and
Yes.
just
Having a
including
good time. Yeah, having a good time. And I mean, they could be having a terrible time and show like you showing the energy that you're putting in and the fact that you're engaging the crowd or the other patrons as well. Like you can't help but to be dragged into it and kind of feed into that positive energy. Like that's what I loved about Revolution. I will give them so many props on that. And
yeah,
it's unfortunate.
but it ain't the same anymore.
Right. So like,
Even before COVID,
yeah, or yeah, even
it's
right
not the
before.
same.
But in the, I just I don't know if there's ever going to be a spot that provides that same kind of
Probably,
experience.
probably not. Probably not. Because like honestly, even before they changed their setup, like honest maybe like I don't know maybe I haven't been to every place around Rochester like around the surrounding areas but to be 100% honest with you like if I wanted that kind of atmosphere that was the only place I could think of there was no
Yeah.
place that came close to an atmosphere like that
Right.
that was like the last without going to like a nightclub that was like
Yeah.
the last place that I could like actually think of that had anything like that. Because even on like Friday nights, there was like if it was packed like it normally was, um, even like no matter who was DJing, even if I was DJing, I would have to put songs in a queue, and then if people came up to ask to do songs, I would tell them, I'll piece you in, because sometimes they would just play songs and let people dance on the dance floor, and sometimes
Right.
that place was like shoulder to shoulder, just like a nightclub scene. And then after like three songs, somebody would do a performance, and then we'd go back to music, and then somebody would do a performance again.
Right. Right.
Like it was just like it was a different kind of atmosphere, and like I wish we had something like that again. Like even, obviously we can't do that now. It's gonna be weird doing that with like face masks on, but
Right.
um, even after COVID, like I don't see places doing stuff like that, and like I don't know, maybe we need to open up a karaoke
I was gonna say, hey, let's open up a spot then.
place. Man, we gotta install cubicles though.
No, cubicles, jeez. And there has to be like a box or like there has to be like some kind of like stand there that you can like once it's your time to sing, you can just stand up on the box so people can see you over your cubicle.
Stand up on the box.
um,
Jesus.
what would the name be?
Uh,
Dick ass niggas? Is it would that be the?
no. Oh, oh man.
If you guys knew the story behind that,
No, I think like
oh man.
honestly, like cheesily, I think we would stay in the same concept, like maybe just abstract karaoke.
Whoa! I actually really, really like that.
And then
Abstract
like
karaoke.
even going even further, thinking about it, we could even like go more into the actual um, name, and like the interior decorating could just be like abstract decor.
Right,
Like
right.
it could be just like abstract. Like we would know so many people in Rochester that do arts and stuff. We could have just different artists we know come in and just do something in the building, like on the wall, or like a display of just their abstract version of art.
Right, right. Like one side of the building, one giant ass wall would be like an abstract mural
I was
of
gonna
like
say
all their
Muriel
work.
is the old chick from Courage the Cowardly Dog, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, like one whole wall of nothing but like
A
artwork.
mural?
A mural, yes, of all their work. And the thing is, like, it'd be dope because you would have one artist start on one section and then like have the next artist do their version of it, but have it
Right.
pieced together with each other so it all like kind of connects somehow. That would be fucking dope, and it would be that same like the same concept, like a older revolution style. Like I would
Right.
love to see something like a business like that pop back up because I mean it's been long
It'd
enough.
be cool as shit. It would be cool as shit, man. Absolutely.
No
That would
mask
be
required.
a nice thing. No, 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 no. It would be a law. You're not allowed to wear a mask in that place.
If you want to wear a mask, fine. But the moment
No,
you start,
fuck you. You
no,
stand
no,
outside. We
we
got
got tables
we
outside
have
for
a
you.
giant glass window you can see through, and you can sit there and until you understand what you did, and you realize your choice in life. And when
Are
you
you putting
decide
them in a
you want
corner?
Yes, and when you decide you want to be human like the rest of the people and have a good time in there, then you will put your mask back in your car and you will walk inside.
You can wear a mask up until the door, and then you'll have to take it off.
It's like when you don't wear a mask and you walk up to the door and they say, where's your mask?" It's going to be, your mask is in your car, right?
That's when they come up like, excuse me, sir. I'm gonna have to ask you to remove your mask.
Hmm.
You can wear it outside. That's fine, but you don't have to wear it in here.
Right.
Oh my god, that'd be great. But honestly, obviously, because we're going to dive right back into that, is unfortunately because of everything now in the fear mongering that unfortunately that's until a vaccine comes out where people can actually start getting actual like vaccines and it works, and the possibility of going back to that, it's gonna be a long ass fucking wait. It's gonna be a long wait.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a sad way to end that little conversation. But
Fuck. Fuck, man. We were all sunshines and rainbows and shit.
then
And
you just fucking murdered Lassie behind the shed.
why did it have to be Lassie though?
I don't know. It
Oh, fun fact.
took out Bambi's mom.
Now that you said Lassie, yes. Oh, so fun fact, Lassie's dead.
The hell? Where is this going?
Lassie's dead.
Did he catch COVID?
Probably.
Oh, okay. There was COVID in his dog treats.
Probably. COVID bones.
Instead of bacon, it's COVID.
Oh my god. You know, that would be a fantastic video, taking commercials and doing like COVID parodies. Oh, I'd like that. Sniffle, 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 sniffle,
Yes,
sniffle.
I was just thinking. I don't know why that came to mind, but I was thinking of the Snuggle Bear, and I was just thinking of snuggling a giant like coronavirus,
Oh my god.
like a stuffed ball with like the little spikes coming off, and it was
Yeah.
the picture of the virus, and they're just snuggling it with their laundry.
It's covered!
Save 15% on your car insurance
By switching to COVID?
Subway, eat COVID.
Eat- Oh my god, yes. And then the what is it? Was it the Pepsi commercial? You got the right one, baby. COVID. Fucking Ray Charles. Oh fuck, dude. That would be hilarious. Oh man. COVID. Oh my god. Oh, that's fucking funny.
The world runs on COVID.
Oh my god, that's so great.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh fuck. America runs on COVID. That's fucking funny.
Man. Oh, things are gonna be different. Things are gonna be different, and it's scary because like honestly, I'm looking past this election thing. Like I don't even care who wins. I don't think it's going to change the atmosphere of what's been going on and what has happened. Like I'm looking towards what's going on now and how that's just going to progress. I don't think whoever is going to be in charge of the country is going to change any of that. I'm thinking of how we're going to possibly stay the same for quite a while, or a lot of things are just going to be gone forever, no matter who's in charge.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
But see, I do have to try to get the positive out of this. Like I know I was joking about the whole abstract karaoke, but think about it. When all of this is all said and done, eventually in fucking 10 years or whatever the hell it may take, there's gonna have to be people that are gonna have to start bringing these things back, and it won't be these big like popular companies. It'll have to start with like the small people.
Yeah.
Just bringing back the idea of a movie theater, of a karaoke bar.
Yeah.
Just simple stuff again.
Just a simple sports bar and grill that most places aren't able to stay open because
where chicken wings are considered meals again.
Yeah, right. Where where you can at least order chicken wings and not get kicked out. It's there. Yeah, you're right. No, I agree with you. The future of these very hot, very famous or very big hotspots coming back is going to be it's going to be reliant on smaller entities that can then bring back those things and then rebuild an economy where right now those little name people or no name people can't survive off of an idea because right now we just physically can't. It's not a feasible investment to get into. Right. No, but I think you may be onto something. Granted, I'm no financial expert. I'm no economist, but just the thought of, just the sheer principle of once everything's back to normal, the shit that we considered normal prior to everything happening is no longer a thing. So what do? Okay, you bring it back, but how you do it is what's important. And honestly, I think having a Revolution karaoke style bar, it also really depends on your placement too. But like, I think that would be one of the coolest things to bring back is something of that style because nobody else is doing it and nobody else was doing something like that.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, yes, you're right. But what I was more in line of saying is like, I'm looking at this like I don't know why, but I'm getting like a Shark Tank aspect in my head. But like normal people like you and I we're gonna end up being like a Bill Gates eventually. Like we're gonna not like running a Microsoft kind of company, but like we will be the people that will be opening up these big companies that will grow. It'll be us, the normal people,
Yeah.
because like all of these other big companies like AMC, like they're gonna be gone, and all these other like big name companies that are all over the world, they've closed. So it's gonna have to start with people like us, um, just having ideas, like a Shark Tank, like having ideas
Right.
of bringing this stuff back or creating something. It's gonna. Definitely think it's gonna be a boom of creation
Yeah.
when all this shit is over.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a modern day golden era. Like it's gonna be where things start to really flourish and pop up because now that I mean think of it like out with the old, in with the new. This is the period where the old is being finally like washed away and kind of like
See,
taken.
while you're saying that, I'm just thinking of the comment that Grandma said to me with COVID. Is she a part of her believes that COVID was created to get rid of the old people. So when you say wash out the old in with the new, it just kind of pieces
Oh
everything
God.
together for me. I guess she said to her nurse when she went to the her appointment last time is she was just like, man, it just feels like if you're old, they just said fuck you, they're just gonna let you die, and they're just gonna, you know, they're trying to kill old people, and her nurse actually agreed with her, and which was the worst thing she probably could have done, but but when you said, they're out with the old, in with the new, I'm just like, man, it's very odd that you said that because it's piecing my thoughts in my head together.
Well, and I before I even said that, I was like, as I was talking and processing at the same time, like my thought process was like, because when you think about it, it's these older, middle aged, and older folks who run these businesses, and I'm not talking like your big box stores, like just when
No.
you look at just the businesses in general, they're not. There aren't very many that are run by younger aged folks. And so and so that was my thought process. I was gonna say like once these older business owners, I mean, granted, I do feel bad because they're getting hit hard right now.
No, you heard it here first, folks. Hector wants all the old people
I probably that may be the like hurry up and croak so I can open my business.
Hurry up
Um,
and die. Fuck your retirement plan.
yeah, just
Get out
just
of here.
just go out and just suck air with no mask. So
Just suck
so I can't even fucking talk right now.
You pull somebody up in a robbery. I'm gonna threaten you with fresh air. No, not that.
Breathe it. So yeah, no. So like once these businesses are finally out and cleared, and the buildings are open, and like the real estate is there, when you think about it, also to stimulate a growth in real estate and businesses, they're going to have to drop the cost of property. And once that happens, those people with these ideas or who are able to kind of gain kind of like a public support through like a fundraiser or whatever the case is, like if they're able to kind of create a buzz for it, it's going to support and cultivate the growth of the businesses. And like you said, like all these people coming out with ideas or even replacing the old ideas with new ideas with the same exact idea. Like you said, movie theaters. closing down a movie theater and then somebody comes by and says like, hey, we're looking to have this because we want to bring back this, just like they did with the drive-in theaters. Drive-in theaters were a thing of the past, and there was like one, if not two, in almost every state. Maybe I could be completely exaggerating. However, recently over the past couple of years, drive-in movie theaters have it's become a thing now because they update the technology at the drive-in to now start being able to provide more newer releases or even brand new release movies at these theaters. So the technology's there.
Could you imagine if we had kids when they hit 18, 16, you sit down and tell them, back in my day, we had this building. You would pay money to go into it, and you'd bring your friends or a date, and you'd watch a movie on a gigantic screen in this giant room full of other random people you've never met before.
But you've never had Netflix? Oh, fuck Netflix. The Vietnam flashbacks.
Oh my god, and you guys just sat next to other people?
Oh my god. Tell me more stories of the past, Dad. Oh my god. And it's going to get to that point. It will get to that point.
We used to go to stores, and we used to buy a disc of a video game, and we would bring it home and put it into our system. You mean your game systems had a CD slot?
Yeah. They're going to compare the CD slots to, like, 8-tracks. It's going to have that same kind of effect.
I'm getting sick and tired of this shit, Granddad. That's too damn bad.
It's too damn bad. Discs all day for everyone.
Oh, man. Just think of it. Like, yeah, all this shit's going to go away.
Yeah.
We're going to be sounding like old people. Like, back in my day, we had to drive to Burger King to get dinner. You mean you had to leave the house? What do you... They didn't just have somebody come bring it to you? Nope. We'd have to grab this thing called a shopping cart, and we'd have to go to the store, and we'd have to pull things off the shelves that we actually wanted to buy and put it in our cart. And then when we were done, we'd have to take the cart to this conveyor belt that was attached to a cash register.
What's a register? It's this place where people used to stand.
Granddad, what's cash?
God. Cash money, bitches.
Oh
my god.
Yeah.
And you know what? We laugh about it now, but that shit is coming. It is coming. Whether it be with if we ever have children or nephews and nieces, younger cousins, it's gonna happen regardless.
Yeah.
Like, what's a pound sign? It's a hashtag, stupid.
It's a hashtag.
My friend literally just told me that.
Wait, you didn't know what a hashtag was?
No, that she was like, she was saying like, okay, so what do we got to do to put this here? And they're like, oh, you got to put down the pound sign. And she legitimately was like, what? The pound sign. What's the number sign? Hashtag. And then it clicked. And then she was like, oh my god, really?
The hashtag.
I'm telling you, every time I hear somebody say, oh, put down a hashtag, the fucking pound sign. God damn it.
Speaking of signs, we went to the grocery store the other day to get Grandma some groceries, and she wrote a grocery list. So Mom had her own shopping to do, and I grabbed a separate cart, and I'm doing Grandma's grocery shopping for her. And I'm looking at her grocery list, and on there it says Raisin Bran hyphen mini wheats. So in my mind, what I'm reading, it says to me, they're mini wheats, Raisin brand. So
okay, got it.
That's not a thing. So I'm looking down the aisle, and Mom comes up to me and she's like, "What are you grabbing?" And I'm like, "Well, Grandma wants Raisin Bran mini wheats." She's like, "Well, let me see the shopping list." So she sees it, and what I didn't get, because she used a hyphen, is she didn't use the and symbol. There was a deal for 2 for $5 on boxes of cereal.
So she was looking
She
for
wanted
Raisin
Raisin
Bran
Bran and
and not the
Raisin
Raisin
Bran.
Bran Company.
Yes. So I'm sitting here like, why did she use a hyphen? A hyphen is usually like a subject.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like when you
supposed
do
to
a definition
complement.
of a word, you do the word and then the hyphen and then the definition.
Right, right. It complements it backs up the first word that you're using. So Raisin
So
Bran
yeah,
being the company, you're thinking, oh, there's like a mini wheats style or
right,
cereal from Raisin Bran.
right. And because she's very specific on certain things that she wants to buy, I'm specifically looking for this thing that I already know in my mind doesn't exist. But I'm like, okay, maybe I just don't know of it, but I'm pretty sure this doesn't exist. So I'm looking for what I thought she wanted, but she could have just wrote the word and or the and symbol,
The
and then
ampersand.
yeah, and she's like, well, I could have done like a slash, and I'm like, well, that would have been and or. That would
Right,
be
right. Either one or both.
yeah. So you said that and it made me think of that, and I'm just like, man, it really makes me think how things are gonna fucking change. Simple things are gonna definitely change.
Oh yeah.
But on that note, I'm thinking maybe this is enough of the podcast for this week.
Yeah, I mean, this was actually probably one of the most active podcasts that we had. We are at 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Oh my god. Oh
Yes,
my
bro,
god.
2 hours, bro. Like this,
Oh man.
this is good. I mean, it's not great, but it's good.
Oh,
No, yeah,
Jesus.
no. This if you guys literally listened to us for the past 2 hours and like, thank you. Um, but today was actually like this was great. This is great. I really enjoyed the vibe and the flow today. Um, ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you have not heard it before, we will always say it in every podcast as much as possible. Make sure that if you want to engage or want to talk about something or you want to hear us kind of give our feedback on certain things. As long as we don't find it stupid, and if it's not Seinfeld or Friends, make, make sure you drop a comment. Let us know what you think. Don't feel afraid or hesitant to join in or comment on topics. We welcome it. But yeah. So that pretty much wraps up. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Um, yeah. So make sure.
If you want a shout out, all you gotta do is comment Jimmy's mom, ah, and I'll give you a shout out. I promise. Speechless, huh? All right. So, anyways, what I was
Oh
trying to
man.
say is wrapping up the episode. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all of that great stuff. Hit the notification bell because it will let you know that when we have these episodes coming out every week, we will be showing up in your feed.
Yes, sir. And on that note, you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Have a great week, and we will see y'all's next week.
Jimmy's mom.